improved. Dexter Jackson at this point, look at the details, look at the small, tiny waist from the back. He beats Bonac in this pose. I can tell you that much. And this is a very good pose for Bonac, actually. He's very thick, but not so much right now. He got a little bit softer. I actually have Dexter winning the show. As far as the second spot, I will still have to go with Bonac, not Big Ramy, unfortunately. I thought Big Ramy might pull the win, but no. After seeing everything, he's just too soft. He needs to come much sharper if he wants to beat these guys. Because yeah, he's much bigger than them, but that's not really that important. All these guys have a lot of mass, and they all have good shape and everything. It's just about the conditioning at this point, basically. Big Ramy doesn't have small waist like Dexter, but he has more prominent abs. He has really good developed abs, but Dexter doesn't have any abs to show. He has a tiny small waist, but no abs. And Ramy also has huge, enormous quads that absolutely make his waist look even smaller than it is, and those broad shoulders as well. But you can definitely notice that his waist is not exactly tiny waist like Dexter's, right? And William Bonac also not known for having the smallest waist ever. So that was your first call out. That's your top 4. Most likely, I'm saying most likely because we're not sure about Steve Kukla because he's going to jump in the second call out as well. So this is basically just giving the shot to the other guys, to the other 3 guys, so they can just compare them to Steve Kukla, so they can actually be sure that nobody else deserves that 4th spot better than him. So right here they put Sergio in the middle, which basically means that Sergio in the middle with Steve, which means that Sergio is going to be either 4th or 5th. Now you could go either way basically, but I'm gonna go with Steve still. Sergio has more straighted glutes, he has more live muscle, deeper separations, deeper cuts. I like to use that word. Steve's muscle looks dead, but he has the symmetry, he has the proportions, he has the conditioning. He doesn't have the deep separation, no, but still he has everything else. He does have everything else. Now the judges are actually putting him on the side and basically choosing to take a closer look in Sergio Oliva versus Cedric McMillan comparison. It seems like they're not really considering Akeem for that 4th position. He's probably going to be the last place in this lineup. Cedric also kind of got a little bit sharper. I mean, definitely sharper, but still not very sharp. And his abs, his midsection is getting worse every year and every show. I don't know what is going on with it. His waist is not big, it's pretty small. He doesn't have a bubble gut or something like that, but his abs are just getting more messy. As far as Sergio, I would have to say that he is the most improved bodybuilder. Him and Max Charles. Max Charles, I think he should have got a chance in this lineup right here. Not in the first call out, of course, but in this call out, sure. I mean, what he doesn't have is legs, and he has veins all over his body, so not exactly super aesthetic. But here you can compare Cedric and Sergio. Sergio improved so much. Guys, he's compared to some of the top guys. Imagine if he actually won in this lineup, in this call out actually, and was called with the top 3, with Big Ramy, William Bonac, and Dexter. That would be huge. Because guys, Sergio Oliva, that's a huge name. Sergio Oliva Senior, So this is legacy right now that is going on at this Arnold Classic. This is amazing things. When I watched Sergio Oliva's posing routine, I'm gonna make a video about it probably. He wasn't very secure, he was a little bit clumsy, but I got chills. Man. There was Arnold taking a selfie of him, and he competed against his father back in the days, and now his son is on Arnold's stage, and he's doing a similar routine like his father, and he's actually battling it with the top guys. So Sergio seems to be very focused, and I can definitely see him in the future, maybe in a couple of years, in those top lineups. I'm gonna also make a video where I'm gonna compare him and Patrick Moore, because those two guys had some controversy about them before the show, and Sergio Oliva definitely proved that he's a better bodybuilder, basically. But, Patrick came off with conditioning. Who knows what would happen if Patrick was on, but as far as the size, he's not on that level, no. And it's really surprising to see Sergio being compared to Cedric, to Steve Kukla, and to the beast Akeem Williams, and not being dwarfed at all, actually pretty much dominating this stage, right? He's dominating in this lineup, I would say so. I mean, who else? In my eyes, it's between him and Steve Kukla, but Steve is just a little bit bigger and fuller, although Sergio has better conditioning, he has deeper separation. Look at Sergio's quads and compare them to Steve's. Sure, Steve has the conditioning, but where are the cuts? Where are the separations? Where are the feathers? Nothing. Nothing going on. All is dead. And this most muscular of Sergio Leo Jr. really looks good. Much better than before. So he definitely improved significantly. Definitely. Really big improvements he made. Let's also take a look at the last call out, the third call out. And here you can see first Johnny O. Jackson, then there is Morgan Aist, there is Patrick Moore, Max Charles, Victor Martinez, and Josh Lenartovitz. Josh disappointed big time, but considering all the trouble that he had with his head tumor and all the surgeries and all the headaches and so on, he's good actually. Morgan Aist came, I think he's the most conditioned guy at this lineup, at this show actually. He came really grainy, especially through the glutes and the quads. He came really conditioned, but he doesn't have the structure, the shape, he's too tall, he doesn't have enough muscle, so no, he's not considered to be in 2 first call-outs. He's definitely somewhere in that last call-out, probably not the last spot. I would give him probably better placement than Johnny O. Jackson. Not sure about Victor Martinez. Max Charles, wow. Big improvements. Under the whip of Milos Sarcev, he definitely did make some changes. And Milos Sarcev is brutal, he has those craziest protocols, really. And he really dried him out, he carved him up properly. Great job, Milos. I mean, look at this. Again, Johnny O. Jackson came back from retirement. He thought he looked good enough to be in this stage and do something, but no, it didn't happen. Patrick Moore, not conditioned at all. This is the last call out, guys, so these guys didn't do that well. Max Charles made some improvements, but still, I don't think it's enough to beat any of the 2 second call out guys. Maybe you could make an argument of him beating Cedric, maybe. Akeem, no. No, I actually have Cedric last in that second call out, but it feels like Akeem is going to be the last one. Probably because of the back. Akeem's back is just not very conditioned. And this is the third call out, basically. You can see who is going to win here. I think Max Charles, then we're going to have Patrick Moore, maybe next Victor Martinez, then Morgan Aist, then Josh Lenartovitz in the last place, most likely Johnny O. Jackson. And for the end of the finals, judges gave us the final look at the top 3, and now you're going to see why I'm thinking Dexter is winning the show. So as the time goes on, their bodies are changing, It's really